Find your goals and let them take over your life. Only by extreme obsession does your dreams come true. It's also your mental health. For your sake as a masculine man, you must understand by your core that doing the hard work, working towards a purpose and a mission, are you relieved spiritually. If you look at yourself and you understand that you play video games, or you did in the past, why did you enjoy it so much? Well, what you did in those video games was a mission. It was this idea of maybe playing Grand Theft Auto. You're building your empire and grabbing the things you want by force. Or you're on that grand mission to slay the dragon. It was all goal orientation of leveling up and obsessing over something to change your life. Now it's time to mature and realize that this is real life. By the same understanding of video games, you can find a mission and obsess on it to change and level up your life to get what you want. I'm Maxwell, and I help teach young men find purpose in life. And I want to talk about having goals and truly focusing on them. Something that I've found in life is we get on self-improvement. We get this idea of what we want in life, and yet we just poke at it. You want to get into the gym and change your diet, but you're still the same old self, the person that is struggling. In this video, I'm going to talk about not only how to appropriately go at your goals, set them, but the identity change needed to achieve them. So for our culture, at least in the West, I'm from America if you didn't notice, is this idea of New Year's resolution. Every time on New Year's, you get together with your family and you proclaim some things you're going to change. Whether you're actually disciplined enough and ambitious enough to get those done, that is irrelevant. Right now, I want you to have your New Year's resolution right now. It starts with a pen and paper and sitting down of thinking of some things you actually want to achieve for once. Maybe it's a physique that's going to get you women, respect, mental health, quitting your bad habits. These things are achievable and are reasonable in the sense of time that they're going to take. It all comes from this idea of wanting to shed your old self and becoming new. You know, I had this idea, is something I can take from animals. So an eagle can live about 60 to 70 years. But when he is 30 years old, his talons, his feathers start to grow weak and frail. His beak gets soft and not as hard. So he has two options: to one, either die at the age of 30, or to isolate himself in the mountains and to slam his nose, his beak against a rock until it breaks so it can grow back stronger, until he rips out all of his old feathers so they can grow and strong. That is what is needed to achieve the goals that you want, is pure isolation. I can sit down and say to myself, and I'm going to be truthfully honest right now, I've been saying to myself and my friends and my family, oh, I'm going to bulk. I'm 170 pounds, and for the last 4 months, I have not changed. It's been up and down, and I tell you right now that I am angry and pissed off that I'm not only have not held myself accountable, that I have failed myself. And you want to know why? It's because I'm still the same version of myself. I have not gone in isolation to ready to shed and to kill my past self. So if I actually want to achieve my goals of getting to 185 pounds, you know what I need? I need pure isolation and determination to get that stuff done. So you start with a goal, an idea. For it is weightlifting. You think, all right, I want to gain 15 pounds in 6 months. All right, how long is that? How many pounds of weight do I have to gain per week? You build this goal, which is achievable, and you add a little spice to it so it's just a little higher. Because you still have that comfort zone saying, oh yeah, I can gain 15 pounds in 6 months. Say 20. That little 20 is going to give you a nudge. It's going to push you forward so you can actually achieve it. So I do tell you now, with whatever goal you have, maybe it's talking to one person, new person every week. Try 3, try 5, level it up to 6, level up to one new person every single day. And you look at that goal and now it's more achievable by the pressure that it has on you. So with my weight training, wanting to gain this more weight so I can achieve other goals, I set it up here. I set my time zone, and it's like time to reverse engineer how to get it done. Because it's so easy to proclaim to yourself on this New Year's resolution of, oh, I'm gonna go achieve X, Y, and Z. Have you even written down a plan? Have you had the desire, the frustration of not changing in your life? Whether it is business, relationships, physical goals, whatever the goal is that you're having right now, that you're thinking about, the pressure, the anxiety, you want to set that in stone and you write it on your wall. You put it on the back of your phone, so every second that you slack, you ease off the throttle, you look and remind yourself that you have an obligation to get this done, because not only do you have the embarrassment if you tell someone, the embarrassment of not getting your own goals done at the end of the day hurts, because you feel like you've just wasted your life away by not being able to achieve what you told yourself you could do. This is a moment of absolute commitment, of accountability, not only by yourself. So this is where you take the intellectual reverse engineering and you think, all right, if I need to gain X amount of weight to achieve my goal, okay, so that's a pound a week. That should give me enough time in 6 months to gain 15 pounds, and I'm gonna spice it up for 20 pounds. And I'm gonna write down everything I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna have it in stone so I know to hold myself completely accountable. So then I have the steps to do it and I have no excuse. Because life will throw obstacles, but only by the obstacles does that become the way. Because only in a masculine sense do we have the obsession to achieve something. And only being a true man is allowing yourself to go on this mission and do it. You gotta wake up every single day and not be the same version of yourself. You're the man that already has the extra 10 pounds or whatever that you're trying to work towards. You're just making it a reality now. You believe that you already have it, so now you're doing the steps because that's who you are right now. Only by being truly delusional can you get the hard work done. That's what I want to talk about, is being delusional. You think to yourself in a reality, in almost a too much of an intellectual nerd way, that you say, oh, I can't achieve it. Bullshit. You think all the greatest people in our generation, in our lives, in our history books, sat down and they thought, oh, they couldn't achieve it? No, they were delusional and they said, yes, I'm going to do it or else I'm going to die trying. Because there's honor in death if you truly give it you all. Because on your deathbed, you have two things in your life. You have the 8-year-old self that is saying, man, I wish that I can have the joy and the comfort in life. You have the 80-year-old self that thinks, I wish I achieved certain things. Both of them are relying on you right now to achieve your goals. I'm not just spewing motivation, I'm telling you the truth. I hope this gets you riled up. I hope it gets you angry. I hope it gets you motivated. Anything to start taking these few steps. But I tell you now, only by extreme focus does things get done. If you have goals, which I believe that you maybe should have 3 to 5. 5 might be pushing it, but you look in different avenues of what can you improve on in this game of self-improvement, and you sit there and you think, what are my new obsessions? If you try to improve your life like this, you know, you're gonna be that guy who has a balanced lifestyle. He parties, he works out, he fucking, dude, I've been on this game so much, I can't even find things to proclaim, but opposite lifestyles, school, entrepreneurship, party, gym, relationships, family, friendships, side gigs, homework, so many things in your life. And sometimes you are truly obligated to do a lot of those things, but that's when your life goes like this. See how the circle gets bigger, but the entire circumference barely moves? If you sit down and be a masculine man and have a priority, a purpose, your one obsession to actually get done, you're gonna have this circle and it's gonna spew out like a triangle. Like it's gonna have this protruding spike. So then your balanced lifestyle looks like this. And then you work on a different avenue. Oh, what? By the changing of certain things, you focus on, the circle is actually going to be bigger by the spewing of these sharp angles. So maybe right now you're a scrawny little guy and you just need to focus for a year and a half of getting in shape. You put that first because you put your goals, your higher purpose in life above everything else. The one thing you realize is why you fail your goals is because you don't put them first. This has to be your religion. This has to be your God. Has to be the thing that comes first before everything else. Because if you are actually determined, and if you've been in this game enough to understand the amount of times that you failed when you said you were going to achieve something, you understand it was because you didn't put it first. And you sit there hanging out with friends and all you can think about is, damn, I wish I just got a workout in before this. I would have been more present. I would have been more happy. I would have felt like I took a step forward so you could achieve your goals. And the secret is to isolate, to find your priorities, to get into a rocky mentality state. Because at the end of the day, this is the one life you have. If you have dreams, you have to go chase them, or else you're going to look back and see the potential. The potential was the missed opportunity. Or looking back and see how great you did, but only knowing in hindsight that you could have done more. So summer's coming along, everyone wants to party. Maybe that is a goal of yours. You know, I know men who just struggle at getting women and they need to set aside, honestly, 3 months, maybe even the summer of just going out and getting girls so they can fulfill that desire and obsession over something that they're lacking in. Because as self-improvement, we need to improve all avenues of our lives eventually. So when we're fathers, when we're old men, we can say we're well-rounded, cultured people. So this is why I tell you right now, get your fucking goals done. No matter how hard or difficult, no matter how weak you are in the moment, you write it on your wall, you put it on your wallpaper, on your phone, and you obsess over it. You put it first, and you will get a sense of drive. After the first few months of hardship, you will realize, oh, this is my life, this is my obsession. And when you can peel that back and find the next one, and next one, and next one, and you're only going to be leveling up. So set an achievable yet slightly difficult goal with a reasonable time frame, reverse engineer it, and spend every moment that you can pursuing it to achieve it. I'm Maxwell. I appreciate if you like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.